AITA, my BFF, crashed the end of my honeymoon. My husband, 22M, and I, 22F, got married, and our honeymoon was a cruise. On the last day of our cruise, we got some great dinner reservations at Disney for the following night. We decided to make a day of it before going home Sunday. We bought a hotel room and made sure none of our friends would also be in the parks. You can see this because you are linked to your friends through the Disney app. My mob, if 22F, was going to be in the parks Sunday and Monday with her friends, 28, 26F, I think. As we left the ship, I called her to tell her the exciting news about our dinner reservations and extended honeymoon. We have been friends for 20 years. The three of us have vacationed together often, and I just moved out of state a couple months ago. We tell each other everything, and had been no contact the week I was cruising. She wasn't excited, and told me her friends said the restaurant was horrible, etc. She then told me that she was trying to come up that day as well, which is fine, there are 4 parks, and I wasn't likely to see her and her friends anyway. And if we hung out a little, my husband would have been cool with that, 'cause we don't see each other often. This is when things got weird. She kept trying to get me to cancel my dinner and go hang out with them at their dinner. She kept saying it was a joke, but it was too constant and pushy, which I wasn't going to do. I let them know. My husband and I got to the parks around noon. We left at 3 to check into our hotel and take stuff out of the car, etc. We start heading back to the parks, and she calls me and she's very upset. Apparently the place they booked was sketchy F and had a 15-minute refund policy. She sent me a dozen photos and was frantic. She was panicking about what they were going to do and asked what our room was like. I told her it was a queen and there was a full Murphy bed. She then proceeded to ask if she and her friends could crash with us. I hesitated, and her response was, "Welp, I guess you want to bang your husband." My husband was on speaker, and we agreed that if they couldn't find anything that we would figure it out. They got a refund from their room and headed to the park. They met us in the park an hour later. Everything was fine. Her friends were nice, but my husband doesn't know them, and I don't really either. We split up and then met each other again. At this point, my husband and I brought up them, finding anything, and brought up websites like Hopper and Hotwire, which we have used with my BFF many times. Her 2 friends seemed totally confused about why we were bringing it up. She said, "Yeah, we looked there," and then I let it go. We hung out some more and she fought with my husband the whole time about who got to ride with who. We were like, "Yeah, but it's our honeymoon, etc." I did ride with her once. We did 3 rides together, with her friends using Lightning Lane. Her friends kept making comments about how, because they weren't paying for a hotel, they could spend more money, etc. Or that they only came today to crash my honeymoon, which, like a thank you or, "Hey, if we stay with you we'll pay half the room," would been nice. They left for dinner around 9 and said they planned on staying out late. This is when my husband was like, "Hey, her friends have been kind of rude, I don't know how I feel, and I don't want to get into trouble with our hotel." He texted to ask if they'd found anything, and to let her know that we were a little unsettled by her friends, but if they couldn't work it out, they could still stay with us. He then sent her some Hotwire deals, which were 3 stars, and she just replied, "Yeah, we got it." My phone was on 5%. I texted her apologizing for the abruptness of it all, and to let me know if she was okay. She had also bought me something, so I sent her money for that and extra because I know money is tight, and that we were pushing for her to not stay with us because it was our honeymoon. We went to our dinner at 10:15 and didn't get back to our hotel by midnight, at which point my phone was dead, and my husband hadn't heard anything from her. Once my phone was charged, I checked to see if she had messaged me. No response. I checked her location, saw they were at a hotel, and I looked it up and say that it was around $100 for a night. The next day, no response. I could tell that she was upset, so messaged her again, apologizing and telling her why we felt a little unsettled by her friends, and that again, I was sorry, and to just let me know that they were okay. She was not happy, claimed that she never asked to stay with us, told us the hotel we suggested was gross, we ruined her dinner, that they spent so much money on a hotel, and she was embarrassed in front of her friends. I apologized again because all of those things are valid. I also told her that we felt a little used and uncomfortable from the comments her friends were making. She told me she was done talking, and she needed time to process. We haven't talked since, and I just need an opinion. I understand that parts of what we did were wrong 100%. Maybe I shouldn't have offered at all. I just didn't want her stranded, but at the same time she's an adult with 2 other adults, and it's hard to find hotels in Orlando. What would she have done if I wasn't there? I don't know, I just wouldn't show up with two of my friends to crash her honeymoon. I wouldn't have even asked to stay with them. I would have just figured it out and let them not worry about me. I'm not even trying to play the blame game, I just want to apologize and move forward.